I mean, look, the main thing I do,
Yeah.
which helps me win debates or arguments, or at least try and get the better of an opponent, is I prepare like crazy. Like, if somebody prepares one day, I'll prepare 3 days. If somebody prepares 1 week, I prepare 3 weeks. Like, I'm excessive. I want to know, John Stuart Mill, I quote him in the book, the famous British philosopher, you cannot know your own side of the argument unless you know the other side of the argument and the best version of it. I take that one step further and say, you don't just need to know the best version of your opponent's argument, you need to know their argument better than they do. So when they say, well, did you know there's this study? I need to know beforehand what that study is that they're about to quote, and I need to have the rebuttal for that study and say, okay, but did you know that the study you're citing, it's been debunked by X, Y, or Z? So I think for me, the preparation is the key. One of the great mic drop moments, the bits I enjoy in interviews, is that moment where they say something and I'm just ready for it. I interviewed Vivek Ramaswamy,
Yes, you did.
who is a Republican politician, ran for president, tried to get a job with Donald Trump, but was recently pushed out of the administration before it even began, poor Vivek. Now I believe he's running for governor of Ohio. And when I interviewed him, he's a very smooth-talking, fast-talking, confident brown man. I was like, we have something in common. And he came on my show. He challenged me to a debate, so I invited him on the show. And he didn't really, I thought he might prepare and come. He didn't. But what was interesting was I had watched several interviews he'd done that week where the issue of a scholarship he had received in university from George Soros had become an issue for him because the right-wingers hate George Soros, the billionaire. And he had this line about, well, in university, he wasn't as rich as he was now. He needed the money. It wasn't too... So I watched those interviews. I knew that every time he cites, if you look at my tax return. So we got his tax returns, went through them, saw that he wasn't really telling the truth about the money. And it's a great moment in the interview when I bring up the Soros scholarship and he says, Mehdi, and you see his face, very cocky, thinking in his head, I've got a rebuttal to this. He says, if only you looked at my tax return. And then I pull up the tax returns on the screen, highlighted, and you see it in his eyes. There's a moment, it's like, oh. I won't say the word on here, but and it's kind of like that moment. For me, when I'm preparing, that is what I live for, right? Other people have great pleasures in life. That's my simple pleasure in life, getting that.
My next question is about this moment, because these moments are tense.